Mind the gap.
Wow.
We've had a great start to our van life Europe journey, but we want to convert this van into an off-grid beast. But as we're in Europe with no tools, we're heading to my cousin's workshop in Wales for Nigel to do this conversion. In this episode, we head south from Bruges towards Dunkirk and the English Channel. We learn about the largest military evacuation from World War II, and then we take the ferry from Dunkirk to Dover. Arriving in the UK, we have the challenge of driving a left-hand drive vehicle on the left side of the road. If you can call this a road. I mean, what happens when a vehicle comes the other way? We go into central London to the place we met 30 years ago. And stick around as we visit the scene of one of the most heartwarming stories we've ever shared. This morning we are saying farewell to Bruges. It's been beautiful here, hasn't it, Nige?
It's been good, yeah. Plymouth weather again, but it's like 14 degrees out there.
It's cold.
Flipping.
And just like that, we're in France. New country, new language. Oui. So we're making our way to Dunkirk, and we're going to spend the day there. We may stay overnight there. We're not exactly sure. Our plans are so up in the air. We haven't booked a ferry over to the UK. It is Bastille Day tomorrow, France's National Day, and it can be a crazy place to be. And with all the political upheaval going on there at the moment, we're not sure that we actually want to be in France tomorrow. So, well, we've just arrived at the air, as they call them here in France. Nigel's going to pop the van on these levelling blocks. Whoa! Back a little bit. Oh, perfect. Now, the one thing we're finding really difficult with this new van is not having off-grid capability. So tonight we're staying at an Air in France, which is like a parking lot where you can stay overnight. It's €8. There is water here, but there's no electricity. And what that means is that we're kind of screwed. We can't charge our phones, computers, and that might sound like first world problems, but we've had to book a ferry. We need to get on the ferry tomorrow. So we need to show this online booking that we've done. This is the biggest issue that we're having with the van right now, and this lifestyle. So we're really looking forward to getting to the UK tomorrow and getting this situation resolved very soon. And we're just going to walk down to the museum, which is literally 200 metres down the road. So this building here houses the Operation Dynamo Museum. We're very close to the ocean. It's just over there behind the dunes. We're going to go for a walk there in just a moment, but first we're going to go in and check out the museum. By May 1940, the German troops had advanced through France in the south and Belgium in the north and had surrounded French and British soldiers near Dunkirk. The situation was dire for these troops, and the British government decided to evacuate them by sea back over the English Channel. But they needed more boats, so many civilian Brits volunteered their fishing boats, tugboats, even pleasure yachts to cross the channel and help rescue the trapped soldiers. The evacuation was supposed to last 4 days and rescue 45,000 soldiers, but in the end it went for 9 days and rescued 338,000 soldiers. Not just British, many French soldiers were evacuated too. The evacuation of Dunkirk, or Operation Dynamo, was hailed as a miracle. The Operation Dynamo Museum tells the story of the Battle of France, which led up to the evacuation, and has an incredible collection of artefacts, uniforms, weapons, photographs and video footage telling this amazing story. What do you think of that?
Really good, yeah. I have to say it's one of the best sort of museum in terms of relics. I love checking out all the relics, great photos. Yeah, it was really well put together, I thought.
You know, people of our generation, we have spoken to people that were in that war, that You know, on the one hand, it seems like so long ago, it's such ancient history, but I remember speaking to my grandfather.
My great uncle, you know, who flew, he was a captain of British bomber at the age of 19.
Right, let's go check out the beach.
Oh.
That's this way, go plage. Did you read that bit, Nige, that when they were going out to meet the boats, it was quite, because the beach is very wide, sometimes they had to walk like over a kilometre out to get to the boats.
Yeah, it's very tidal, isn't it?
Yeah, wading through the water. So they built these piers, they drove trucks out into the water and stuff so that they could get out to the boats. So yeah, this is where it all took place. It was kind of surreal walking onto that beach, thinking about all we'd learned about what happened here. What's the verdict?
Water's warm.
Warm?
Yeah.
Along the beach, we've been walking along, we've seen quite a few of these signs, photos, little remembrances of 1940 here in Dunkirk. This is the 40th anniversary war memorial. So here we go with the first beers in our new glasses. I'm having the blonde.
Yours looks good.
It does look good. Here comes Nigel with his dark. Oh, it looks good too, mate. Now, what does your t-shirt say? Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy.
Happiness is beer.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good morning, friends. This morning we are making our way to the ferry port. We're going to follow in the footsteps of those brave soldiers and take the ferry from Dunkirk to Dover today. Here we are coming into the ferry terminal. So I guess we have to line up here for a few minutes and check in. Okay, so we've checked in. We had to show our passports and we got our little ticket here for the ferry. The worrying thing or puzzling thing is that we didn't get stamped out of France. He's not actually a border control person. Hopefully we do get one. It says police of the frontiers up here, so this might be another passport control. We did have to show him our passports. We need to get stamped out, or we'd like to get stamped out, because of course we are leaving the Schengen zone today, heading back into the UK, and of course we can only stay 90 days out of 180 in Schengen. So it looks like we're stopping here for another passport control, and then I can see them inspecting certain vehicles up ahead, so I guess we can expect someone to walk onto the van and have a look at what we've got inside. We are at the next little control where there's a border security going inside the van in front of us. I think actually, Nigel, that they do look for people. Yeah. That you're smuggling people across the border. I'm also a little bit reluctant to film while we're in such a place.
Seaborne.
No people
No
smuggling.
people smuggling.
They looked in the bathroom, in the little cupboard underneath the seat, and also in the boot. The garage, so they've checked everything. The UK passport control is also done here in France before we get on the ferry. So there must be a problem there because that car is being turned around.
Off you go.
Sent back somewhere, not sure where.
A naughty corner for you.
Yeah. Right, we're just coming up to the passport control window. There's Yeah, that was pretty quick and easy actually. Oh no, we've got another check here. They're going to probably want to come and on again and check that we don't have, not smuggling any people. Lane 26 it says.
But,
so down to lane 26.
50 minutes that took us.
Yeah, I know, it just takes a while, doesn't it? Here we go. So maybe that's our boat over there.
I've been over a cane toad.
And we're off. It's supposed to be a nice calm sailing today. Here comes Nigel with the massive breakfast.
We're going to share it though.
Yeah, we're totally sharing it. There's so much food there. What's cool here is you can see the land of France still. And if we go and look out the front window, you can see the white cliffs of Dover already. We're just about to come into the port. The ferry crossing from Dunkirk to Dover took 2 hours and cost us around £100 for the two of us and the van.
Driving the left-hand side here.
I know. I was just thinking of that. This is what driving in the UK is all about. Well, there are 2 lanes here though. Sometimes there's only one and you just hope there's nothing coming.
I can't even drive in the gutter.
Oh.
Trees over here.
Yeah. The roads got narrower and narrower. Now we're really in the country lanes. And this is what happens when a car comes the other way. But eventually we found ourselves somewhere to stay, behind a pub, where they were playing the final of the Euros, and they had amazing food. So yeah, this is the pub that we're staying out the back of. So we're out there, there's one other motorhome. It's called the Red Lion. We go in the gate here, I reckon, and through there, yep. So we got our beers. Check out this pub. The ceiling is only just high enough for us to walk under. A few locals here. This roast dinner. You know you're back in England when you've got Yorkshire pud.
I've got no greens.
So Nigel was just complaining about not having enough vegetables and greens, and then she brought out this. Look at all this food.
No complaints here. Far out.
This is the good Sunday roast. Oh my god. Look at it. This is amazeballs. Yes, we got to watch the final of the Euros, but I was more interested in watching this little kid and his makeshift England flag, a piece of paper on a stick. So this is the pub that we stayed at, the Red Lion. That was really awesome. So if you're driving down to the ferry port at Dover or coming back and you need somewhere to stay, come here. It's just not far off the M20. The food is exceptional and the welcome is amazing too.
Well, we're coming up to the Blackwall Tunnel, which I remember taking back to the hotel. Yeah, it's the Blackwall Tunnel. It's only 4 metres high. And the Kentucky bus is 3.7 was our restriction, I guess. But they were also not really supposed to go through the Blackwall Tunnel with the 53-seater bus, but I kind of didn't advertise it, but it was quite a good little shortcut to So we're going to be taking the Pos through the Blackwall Tunnel, which is kind of going to bring back some memories. It takes you underneath the Thames. You know, a bit of a venture.
Yeah, and look at that, it's raining in London.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's the city.
Dock on the side.
And a traffic jam. So we nearly made a boo-boo because the one in the right is only 2.8. How tall are we though?
I can't remember.
I know.
I honestly can't remember.
We need to measure. So you can see those things there that I would be terrified in.
Alright, so we've finally got to Luke's place to rid him of all our stuff.
So this one looks like
It is a bit like Christmas. What have we got? Oh, that'll be the solar panels.
yeah.
And then
This one. This one.
it'll be for me, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and
All that stuff's ours too.
plus all that stuff there.
This all got to fit in our van.
I know. Yeah.
The next morning we jumped on the tube and headed into central London. We wanted to visit some of our old haunts. In case you're new here, 30 years ago Nigel and I worked for Kentucky Holidays, taking young people around Europe. We were based here in London.
Alright, Southampton Road. Man, this is a blast from the past. Here it is, the start and finish place of our Kentucky Holidays, Susie.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it all starts from. Yeah, all the buses we used to park in there, but that's all changed. Did we ever have a bevy after a tour in there?
Once or twice, Nigel.
We did, didn't we?
Many times in that pub.
Affectionately known as the Green Pub. There's been a few Kentucky pounds spent in there. Pretty cool pub actually.
Favourite Indian.
Yeah, and after 6 pints and a curry, that was the general thing. But sadly it's closed down. But it would have been so up for a curry. And then over this side used to be a little hole in the wall style breakfast canteen, but that's no longer there either.
Oh, is that your place there?
It used to be over there. Now it's an organic cafe. Old Tony, he was a laugh. Oh well, I'll have to find somewhere else. So here we are, the English breakfast. You happy?
I'm happy.
This is awesome, look at that. Classic. With a cup of chai latte. Following our beautiful breakfast,
That was so good.
we're going to hit Russell Square and make our way to Embankment. Oh, what's going on here? Piccadilly line.
Westbound service, folks.
No westbound.
No westbound service.
Okay.
So we can't go.
We can't go that way.
We
Okay.
might have to go and just get on the northern line.
Mm-hmm.
We could walk to Tottenham Court Road and then just
Okay.
go down because that's where we're going, Embankment. You're not
Tottenham Court
actually-
Road. That's where the American Werewolf in
Yeah.
London was made. See, we were destined to go there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So we've made it to Tottenham Court Road Station. Oh, this is the one. Oh. Yeah, and you came creeping out the bottom there, and old mate went running up this escalator. To no avail. So we're off to Embankment. Pretty hot and stuffy and fumey, isn't it?
Breathing the same air we were breathing in 1995.
Yeah, exactly. It's like no air conditioning in these trains. It's gone from 16 degrees outside to about 30 plus inside the train.
This station is Embankment.
Wait for it.
Mind the gap.
Oh.
Mind the gap.
Wow.
Mind the gap.
So in the early 2000s, they digitised all of the announcements, and there's a story about the wife of the man who did the original Mind the Gap announcement, and she used to come and sit on the platform here after he passed away. And then when they digitised and changed all the recordings, she obviously couldn't hear her husband anymore. So she went to London Underground and asked them if they could give her the recording so she could hear her husband's voice. And not only did they find the recording for her, they digitised it and they still play it on this one platform.
The one we've just heard. It's hard not to be touched by that story, isn't it?
I know, I'm really emotional about it. So it's on the northbound platform of the Northern Line at Embankment Station.
There's another train. We'll do it one more time for you guys.
Yeah.
Mind the gap. Mind the gap.
Because it's quite a turn in the track.
Mind the gap.
And welcome back to the van for the first time today. Coffee time. Come on. Okay. Get that Billy on.
We hope you've enjoyed this video. Join us next time when we head west down the motorway. We stop off at an iconic pile of rocks, and then we head deep into the woods in Wales to my cousin's workshop to begin working on upgrading our van. See you next time. I've got to cross this river. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I did that right. Of course, Nigel captured that too.
It was hilarious.